So Saturday was the big card with Errol Spence and Danny Garcia. Fucking a tremendous undercard. Also, I thought it was going to be a little bit soft going in, but it was actually really entertaining. My biggest issue with this card, similarly to the fight with Leo and Tank, was the size of the crowd. You know, at Leo and Tank, there were 10,000 people, most of them masked. At this fight, there was 16,000 people and half of them masked. You know, and again, aside from that, like just being risky for people's health and not the best like personal decision to make, that's bad for boxing. You know, to make boxing look like it can't hold a responsible event, or that boxing is somehow exempt from having to follow safety protocols, because they're the only promoter doing this. PBC is the only promoter doing this. You know, PBC had a cut on that Tank Leo fight. You can see the logo, anything Showtime, anything Fox. You know, they're the only promoter really doing this. Even next week with Joshua Pulev, which I'll get into later, they're having 1,000 people. That's their very first crowd, is 1,000 people. You know, here we're at the height of this fucking pandemic, and there's 16,000 people indoors at a boxing match. You know, most of them not wearing a mask. It's just the optics of that, and how that makes American sports look, you know, and the risk that it puts for other people in the sport to make money. Like, you're fucking up everybody's money now. You know, if people get to the point where boxing is just too risky, you know, because I watched the fight on TV. There's no mask enforcement. There's none of that. That makes me want to go even less. If they wanted to market it so that, yo, come to the fights. Like, we're taking this serious. You know, we want you to feel safe here. They did not fucking accomplish that at all. They fucked that up royally. To the point where if there was a big fight signed and it was exclusively 2 PBC fighters in-house, I would have to look into whether or not there was a crowd. Because if it's pay-per-view, I had no interest in funding that kind of an event. And I didn't know. I didn't know that that's what I was funding. I didn't know that fucking all these world champions were going to have no masks and hugging and walking around and nobody's in their seat. You know, and Fox even has the fucking balls to be like, oh, here's our COVID protocol for the night. You know, we're really taking it serious. And then they flash out to the crowd and none of that shit is happening. You know, I feel it's just like the last thing you want to do, like I said with the Leo Tank fight, the last thing you want to do is fuck the money up for everybody, because short term you were like, no, I'm done not making the most money possible. We're doing it now regardless of the circumstances. Fuck that shit.